Students, today we will study what is an asymptote to a given curve and how can it be obtained. As far as the definition of an asymptote is concerned, it is a straight line which touches the given curve at infinity. In mathematical sense, suppose this is an x-axis and y-axis and we take a curve y equal to fx. The straight line this is denoted by y equal to mx plus c. And we take a point P and the curve y equal to fx and take a point M and consider this distance Pm. Then an asymptote is a straight line y equal to mx plus c is an asymptote to the given curve y equal to fx if the perpendicular distance Pm of point P of any point P xy on the curve with the line y equal to mx plus c approaches to 0 if P approaches to infinity along the curve y equal to fx. That means we are saying that if P moves along this curve and when P approaches to infinity, the distance Pm approaches to 0, then this straight line is known as the asymptote to the given curve y equal to fx. Now, a given curve may have three types of asymptotes. First one is horizontal asymptote. Second is vertical asymptotes. And third one is oblique asymptotes. Horizontal asymptote means an asymptote parallel to x-axis. Vertical asymptote means an asymptote parallel to y-axis. Now oblique asymptote means an asymptote which is neither parallel to x-axis nor parallel to y-axis. Now the question is, how can we determine these three types of asymptote to a given curve? So let us start with horizontal and vertical asymptote. Now we will determine a vertical asymptote to a given curve. That means we are here determining an asymptote which is parallel to y-axis to a given curve y equal to fx. Now suppose x is equal to a is the vertical asymptote to the given curve y equal to fx. Now we have to find the value of a. So if you see geometrically, this is x-axis, y-axis, and we take a curve. This is the curve y equal to fx. We are taking here x equal to a as the asymptote to this curve. This is the line x is equal to a, and suppose we take a point P xy, where this distance is y and this distance is x. Now we take a point M which is perpendicular, the point P is perpendicular to this line x is equal to a. Now the distance PM is x minus a. By the definition of an asymptote, this line is an asymptote if it touches this given curve at infinity. That means x equal to a is an asymptote if Pm tends to 0 as P tends to infinity. That means if P moves along this curve and approaches to infinity, then this distance will approaches to 0. So that implies x tends to a. Pm is x minus a. So Pm approaches to 0. That means x approaches to a if P tends to infinity. And we are saying that P is depending upon x and y, and x approaches to a finite value. Then how can it be possible P approaches to infinity? This is possible only if y approaches to infinity. So here we concluded that the limit y tends to infinity, x is a. Therefore, to find the vertical asymptote or to find the asymptote parallel to y-axis from the given equation, a given curve, we have to find the definite values. Definite values, that means a1, a2 and an, which x tends as y tends to plus infinity or माइनस इन्फिनिटी. कहने का मतलब ये है कि यदि हमने वर्टिकल एसिम्प्टोट निकालना है तो हमने ये देखना होगा कि गिवन कर्व में जब हमारी वो फाइनाइट वैल्यू हमने डिटरमाइन करनी होगी x के लिए, जब हमारा y जो है वो इंफिनिटी पे अप्रोच करे या माइनस इंफिनिटी पे अप्रोच करे. इन द सिमिलर मैनर टू फाइंड द हॉरिजॉन्टल एसिम्प्टोट, to find the horizontal asymptote, or you can say asymptote parallel to x-axis, we have to find the definite values b1, b2 and bn, which y tends. We have to find the definite values b1, b2 and bn which y tends as x tends to plus infinity or x tends to minus infinity. So on the basis of this, now we define what is a horizontal asymptote mathematically and what is vertical asymptote. A line y equal to b is an horizontal asymptote to curve y equal to fx if limit x tends to infinity, y is b. This is the definition of horizontal asymptote, or you can say an asymptote parallel to x-axis. Similarly, a line x is equal to a is vertical asymptote to the given curve y equal to fx if limit fx, there you can say y, this y is fx. fx, x tends to a is plus infinity or minus infinity. So using these definitions, we can determine the horizontal asymptote as well as vertical asymptote to a given curve. Now we consider an example and try to find the asymptote to the given curve. So we take here the curve is, the question is to determine the asymptote to the curve y equal to x upon x square minus 1. Clearly, y tends to infinity if x tends to plus minus 1. If x approaches to 1, y approaches to infinity. X approaches to minus 1, y tends to infinity. Therefore, by the definition, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 1 are vertical asymptotes to the given curve. Or you can say these are the asymptotes parallel to y-axis. Also, if we consider limit x tends to infinity y, now limit x tends to infinity x upon x square minus 1, and it can be written as x tends to infinity x square 1 minus 1 by x square, x to x cancel, and it will be 0. So we get a definite value when x approaches to infinity. So here y equal to 0 is horizontal asymptotes. So the given curve had 3 asymptotes. Y equal to 0 is an asymptote which is parallel to x-axis, and x is equal to 1 and x equal to minus 1 are vertical asymptotes, or you can say the asymptotes which are parallel to y-axis. Now we consider another example. Suppose y is 1 plus e raised to power x. Y is equal to 1 plus e raised to power x, and we have to determine the asymptotes to these curves. If we consider the case of horizontal asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes means if we take here limit x tends to minus infinity, then what will be y? Limit x tends to minus infinity 1 plus e raised to power x, which is 1 plus e raised to power minus infinity, and it will goes to 1. So we can say that y approaches to 1 when x approaches to minus infinity. So here y is equal to 1 is horizontal asymptotes to the given curve. Now vertical asymptotes. Clearly, there is no finite value of x for which y approaches to infinity. If we take a finite value of x, then y cannot approaches to infinity. Therefore, this curve has no vertical asymptotes. So this curve has only one asymptote, which is y equal to 1, and this is horizontal asymptotes, or you can say the asymptote which is parallel to x-axis. Now we discuss a method to find the asymptote for algebraic curve. So we discuss the method to find the horizontal and vertical asymptotes for algebraic curve. In general, we consider an algebraic curve which can be written as a naught y raised to power n, a1 y raised to power n minus 1 x, a2 y raised to power n minus 2 x square, and so on, an x raised to power n, plus b1 y raised to power n minus 1, b2 y raised to power n minus 2 x, plus b3 y n minus 3 x square, and so on, bn x n minus 1. Similarly, c1 y n minus 2, c2 y n minus 3 x, and so on. This is general algebraic curve. So from this equation can be rewritten as a naught yn plus a1x plus b1 y n minus 1, considering these two terms, and a2 x square plus b2 x plus c1 y n minus 2, and so on. Now this equation can be rewritten as yn phi naught x plus yn minus 1 phi 1 x yn minus 2 phi 2 x, and so on, where phi nx is a function of x. Denote this by 1. Now divide equation 1 both sides with y raised to power n, or you can take yn as common, so we can rewrite it as phi naught x plus phi 1 x y plus phi 2 x y square, and so on, equal to 0. Now x is equal to a. If x is equal to a is an asymptote to the given curve, is an asymptote to the given algebraic curve, then by definition limit x tends to a, yeah, you can say limit x tends to a, y is equal to infinity, or in other words we can say limit y tends to infinity, x goes to a. So if we take limit y tends to infinity both sides of this equation, we get limit y tends to infinity phi naught x plus limit y tends to infinity phi 1 x y plus limit y tends to infinity phi 2 x y square, and so on, equal to 0, and that gives phi naught a plus 0 plus 0, and so on, is equal to 0. That implies phi naught a equal to 0. So we concluded that if x is equal to a is an asymptote to the given algebraic curve, then this a is nothing but the root of this function phi naught x. So we can say that x is equal to a is an vertical asymptote implies phi naught A is equal to 0. So for determining this vertical asymptote, what we have to do, this phi naught A, yeah, you can say that we have to compare the coefficient highest power of y with 0. यदि हमने वर्टिकल एसिम्प्टोट निकालना है अलजेब्रिक कर्व का, तो जो y की जो हाईएस्ट पावर है उसके कोफिशिएंट को हम इक्वल 0 रखेंगे, और जो हमारी वैल्यूज आएंगी, जो इक्वल 0 रखने के बाद जो हम सोल्व करने के बाद हमारी वैल्यूज आएंगी, उससे हमारा जो है वो वर्टिकल एसिम्प्टोट निकल के आ जाएगा. इसी तरीके से यदि हमने हॉरिजॉन्टल एसिम्प्टोट निकालना है, तो उस सिचुएशन में क्या करना होगा हमने कि जो हाईएस्ट पावर ऑफ x है उसके कोफिशिएंट को हमने 0 रखना होगा, और हमें जो एसिम्प्टोट मिलेगा वो हमें हॉरिजॉन्टल एसिम्प्टोट, दैट मींस वी कैन फाइंड द एसिम्प्टोट पैरेलल टू x एक्सिस. सो we try to understand this concept with the help of an example. Suppose we have to determine the asymptotes of a curve x square y square minus y square minus 2 equal to 0. This is an algebraic curve and we have to determine the horizontal and vertical asymptotes of the given curve. So how you will determine? Here you see the highest degree of y is y square. Now the coefficient of y square are coefficient of highest degree of y is x square minus 1 is equal to 0. That implies x square equal to 1. That implies x is equal to plus minus 1. So here x is equal to plus minus 1 are the vertical asymptotes to the given curve. These are the vertical asymptotes, or you can say asymptotes parallel to y axis. Now to determine the horizontal asymptotes, the coefficient of highest degree of x is y square, and y square is equal to 0, and that gives y equal to 0. So y equal to 0 is here horizontal asymptotes to the given curve, or we can say an asymptotes parallel to x axis. So clearly here y equal to 0 is horizontal asymptotes and x is equal to plus minus 1 are vertical asymptotes to the given curve. We consider another example. Suppose we have algebraic curve x square y square minus a square x square plus y square minus a cube x plus y plus a4 is equal to 0. Now we have to determine the horizontal and vertical asymptote to this curve. So here pick the highest power of y, which is y square. Now the coefficient of highest power of y is x square minus a square, and we compare it with 0. So this gives x square is equal to a square, and that implies x is equal to plus minus a. So for the given curve x is equal to a and x is equal to minus a are the vertical asymptotes, or you can say the asymptotes parallel to y-axis. Again, coefficient of highest power of x this is y square, x square is the highest power, second degree, y square is the coefficient of this, and minus a square is the coefficient of this. So this is minus a square. So we get y square is equal to a square, and that implies y is equal to plus minus a. So we get x is equal to plus minus a are the vertical asymptotes, and y is equal to plus minus a are the horizontal asymptotes. तो अभी तक हमने स्टडी किया कि हॉरिजॉन्टल एसिम्पटोट्स क्या होते हैं, वर्टिकल एसिम्पटोट्स क्या होते हैं, और कैसे हम किसी गिवन कर्व के लिए हॉरिजॉन्टल और वर्टिकल एसिम्पटोट्स निकाल सकते हैं। इसके अलावा हमने ये भी स्टडी किया कि हॉरिजॉन्टल एसिम्पटोट्स और वर्टिकल एसिम्पटोट्स एल्जेब्रिक कर्व के लिए हम किस तरीके से निकाल सकते हैं। नाउ वी विल स्टडी हाउ कैन वी डिटरमाइन द ओब्लिक एसिम्पटोट्स टू ए गिवन कर्व। This is one of the most important part of the topic asymptote. Now we discuss the oblique asymptotes. As we have already told to you, oblique asymptotes is an asymptote which is neither parallel to x-axis and nor parallel to y-axis. Now, how can we determine the oblique asymptotes to a given curve? Suppose we have a curve y equal to fx and a straight line y equal to mx plus c is an asymptote to this curve. Suppose this is the point P xy and this is point M lying on the line, and consider this perpendicular distance PM. Suppose y equal to mx plus c is an oblique asymptote to the curve y equal to fx. Here m and c are finite. That means to determine the oblique asymptotes, here we have to determine the value of m and c. If m and c are finite, then we can find the oblique asymptotes to the given curve. Now we consider here that this point M is lying on the straight line y equal to mx plus c, and this point P lying on the curve y equal to fx. So the perpendicular distance PM is, you can rewrite it as y minus mx minus c upon the coefficient of y is 1 square plus m square. So this is the perpendicular distance PM. So this can be written as PM is equal to y minus mx minus c, and this is 1 plus mx square. Let us denote this perpendicular distance by symbol P. So we can rewrite this equation as P root 1 plus m square, and which is equal to y minus mx minus c. This is equation number 1. Now, equation 1 can be rewritten as P root 1 plus m square upon x, and this is y upon x minus m minus c upon x. This is equation number 2. Now, by the definition of an asymptote, you know Pxy tends to infinity. Pxy approaches to infinity. When it will happen? Then x tends to infinity, y tends to infinity, and the perpendicular distance PM goes to 0. If y equal to mx plus c is an asymptote, then by definition, if this point P move along this curve and approaches to infinity, then this distance PM will approaches to 0. Now applying this, x approaches to infinity and y approaches to infinity, and this distance PM means P goes to 0. What we will get? From 2, limit x tends to infinity, P 1 plus m square, limit x tends to infinity, y upon x minus m minus limit x tends to infinity, c upon x. And when x approaches to infinity and PM means P approaches to 0, so this will goes to 0, and this is limit x tends to infinity, y by x, and this is minus m, c upon x goes to 0. So we get the value of m is limit x tends to infinity, y by x. So this is the value of m to determine the oblique asymptotes. Now we have to determine the value of c. As we have already said that the equation P1 plus m square is y minus mx minus c. If we take x tends to infinity here, then P will goes to 0. So we will get c is limit x tends to infinity, y minus mx. So to determine the oblique asymptotes, we have to find the value of m and c. And m can be found with the help of this limit x tending to infinity, y upon x, and c can be determined by this limit x tending to infinity, y minus mx. Now we consider an example on the basis of this. Suppose we have a curve y is equal to x e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x upon e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x. And to determine the asymptotes, first of all, clearly for any finite value of x, y cannot approaches to infinity. So that implies y cannot approaches to infinity if x is finite. So it has no vertical asymptotes. Now we consider the oblique asymptotes. So y equal to mx plus c, if it is an oblique asymptotes, then we have to determine the value of m and c. As you know, m is limit x tending to infinity, y upon x. Now using this, we can rewrite it as limit x tending to infinity, x into e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x and e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x, and upon this is x. So x to x will be cancelled. Now we can take ex common, so we can rewrite it as x tending to infinity ex, and this can be written as 1 minus e raised to power minus 2x, and denominator we can take ex common, e raised to power x 1 plus e raised to power minus 2x. So ex to ex cancel. When we put x to infinity, we will get m is 1. So now we determine the value of c. C is limit x tending to infinity, y minus mx. Here m is 1. So it can be written as limit x tending to infinity, y minus x, which is equal to limit x tending to infinity, y is x e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x upon e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x minus x. Now we simplify this expression. We get limit x tending to infinity, x e raised to power x minus x e raised to power minus x and minus x e raised to power x minus x e raised to power minus x, which is divided by e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x. And you see this term will cancel, so we can rewrite it as limit x tending to infinity minus 2x minus x e raised to power minus x minus x e raised to power minus x, so minus 2x e raised to power minus x, and this is ex plus e raised to power minus x. In the denominator we take e raised to power minus x common. We can rewrite it as limit x tending to infinity minus 2x e raised to power minus x, and e raised to power minus x, it will be 1 plus e raised to power minus 2x. So e raised to power it will be e raised to power 2x, it will cancel, so we get C is limit x tending to infinity minus 2x upon 1 plus e raised to power 2x. If we put limit x to infinity, we will get this takes the form infinity by infinity, so this is indeterminate form. So we apply here L'Hopital rule, so differentiate denominator as well as numerator as well as denominator. So it can be written as limit x tending to infinity minus 2, and the derivative of this is 2 e raised to power 2x. Now if we apply the limit x tending to infinity, it will be 0. So the asymptote we get here is y is equal to mx plus c, m is 1 and c is 0. So y is equal to x is an asymptote. In the similar manner, we can show that ki m is equal to minus 1 will also work. So we get another asymptote y equal to minus x, and c is also 0 here. So clearly this curve has asymptote y equal to x and y is equal to minus x. This has two asymptote, which is y is plus minus x. Now we discuss another technique to find the oblique asymptotes for an algebraic curve. So there are some rules to determine the asymptotes of algebraic curve. The step 1 is put x is equal to 1 and y is equal to m in the highest degree term. Highest degree term, and obtain phi and m. Then again put x is equal to 1 and y is equal to m in next highest degree term. And we get phi n minus 1. In the similar manner, we can get phi n minus 2 and so on. Now we have to solve the equation phi n m equal to 0 and determine the value of m. Values of m. For non-repeated values of m, we determine c by using the formula minus phi n minus 1 m upon में phi n prime m. Then the asymptotes are y is equal to mx plus c. If m has values m1, then asymptote is m1x plus c. If the asymptote has if phi nm has another root m2, so asymptote is mx plus c2 and so on. In this manner, we can determine the asymptotes of an algebraic curves. But there are special situations. If phi n prime m is 0, then what will happen? And phi n minus m is not 0, then there is no asymptotes to that curve. Now step is, if phi n prime m is 0 and phi n minus m is also 0, then to determine the value of c, we use the equation c square by 2 factorial phi n double prime m plus c phi n minus 1 prime m plus phi n minus 2 m equal to 0. That means we can determine the value of c using this equation. Here we will find the two values of c. This is the case when the roots are repeated, when the values of m are repeated. Now we understand this concept with the help of an example. So consider a curve and we have to determine the asymptotes for this curve. The curve is find the asymptote to the curve x cube plus 2x square y plus xy square minus x square minus xy plus 2 equal to 0. In this example, we will discuss all the three types of asymptotes. Horizontal asymptotes. Asymptote means parallel to x-axis. Vertical asymptote, parallel to y-axis. Third one is oblique asymptote. Here, see, the highest power of x is x cube and the coefficient of this is 1. So the coefficient is constant. So if we compare the constant equal to 0, this is not true. So there is no horizontal asymptote. Horizontal asymptote. Now we try to find the asymptote which are parallel to y-axis. Here the highest power of y is y square and the coefficient of this is x. So if we take x is equal to 0 and this is the vertical asymptotes for the given curve. So here x equal to 0 is the vertical asymptotes. Now we determine the oblique asymptotes. As you know, y equal to mx plus c is an oblique asymptotes and we have to determine the value of m and c here. So for this, first of all consider the highest degree term. Here that power is 3, here 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we take it as phi 3xy, which is x cube 2x square y plus xy square, and phi 2xy, which is minus x square minus xy. So if we put x as 1 and y as m, so we get phi 3m is m cube plus, this is 1 plus 2m plus m square, and phi 2m is minus 1 and minus m. Now phi 3m equal to 0 gives m square plus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0, and which is m plus 1 whole square is 0, and this gives m is minus 1 minus 1. So m has a repeated value which is -1. Then on the basis of this we have to determine the value of c. Since phi 3m is 0 for m is equal to -1 and m is equal to -1 is repeated 2 times, so phi 3 prime m is 0 for m is equal to -1. Therefore the value of c cannot be determined. The value of c cannot be determined by the formula minus phi n minus 1 m phi n prime m, because here this is minus phi 2m and this is phi 3 prime m. Here you see phi 3 prime m is 0, and if we put m is -1, so we get this is 0 by 0 form. So in this case we will determine the value of c with the expression c square by 2 factorial phi 3 double prime m plus c phi 2 prime m plus phi 1 m is equal to 0. Here you see what is the value of this expression is c square by 2 factorial is 2 and phi 3 double prime m. Phi 3m is 1 plus 2m plus m square. So phi 3 prime m is 2m plus 2 and phi 3 double prime m is 2. This is 2m plus 2 and the derivative of this is 2. So we get c square by 2 into 2 plus c into what is phi 2 prime m. Phi 2 prime m is -1 when we differentiate it with respect to m, so it is -1. And phi 1 m is, what is phi 1 m? Phi 1 m is here, you see this is 0. So we get this equation is equal to 0. So this implies c square minus c is 0, and which gives c is 0 and c is 1. So on the basis of this we can say that the asymptotes are y equal to mx plus c. So we get y is equal to, when m is here -1, so minus x plus c is 0, and the second one is y is equal to minus x plus 1, here c is 1. So all the asymptotes are y is equal to minus x, y is equal to minus x plus 1. So these are the asymptotes for the given curve. Thank you.